We now welcome to the stage at the 2025 Calhoun County High School Football Media Day, the Piedmont Bulldogs. Piedmont competes in 3A Region 6. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Jonathan Miller. Today, Coach Miller has brought with him senior wide receiver Raleigh Pinto and junior lineman Braylon Williams. Coach Miller, we'd like a few opening comments.
I'll talk about the two guys I brought with me. First of all, to my left, Raleigh Pinto. Obviously, everybody knows Raleigh, from his accomplishments over the years. I think one thing last year, this happened the last game of the season, so it probably didn't get out as much as it would have otherwise. But he broke the all-time state record for receiving yards in the season. That's classes 1A through 7A. That's a big time accomplishment. He had 1,828 yards. He'll be the first to tell you, though, even though it's an individual, accomplishment, he couldn't have done that without all his teammates. And, in a sense, it is a team award because, so many people helped him along the way to, from our O-line to receivers. Ish Bethel had 75 catches in his own right on the other side of Raleigh. So, Cole Wilson at quarterback. A lot of weapons we had that helped him attain that record. So obviously Raleigh's very, very talented on the football field. There's not much that he can't do. He's can return kicks. He's got the best hands of anybody I've ever coached. And that's not just balls right at me. That's making contested catches. That's balls outside my body that I can contort my body and make the catches on. He can do it all. So, excited for him. He's obviously going on to play Division I football at JSU. Everybody's seen that by now. But obviously excited for him to get that opportunity. Braylon Williams to my right is a guy that I wish I could be Braylon when I grew up because he never has a bad day. That's one thing I admire about him. He's always so happy and brings such positive energy to everyone around our football program in school. So Braylon was pressed into duty as a ninth grader. After some early injuries in that year, he had to start on our offensive line. He probably weighed 150 pounds soaking wet. So he's got a lot of experience. He's a really, really good football player. He's going to play some defensive line for us this year, too, for the first time. He's athletic, talented guy, and, again, a great kid. Ron's a great kid, too. Great representatives of our football program.
Coach, I got a question here on the front row. Piedmont's got a history of great kids, like you just mentioned, going back for a long way. But let's talk a minute about how last year was, from a public view, so much better for you than your first year at Piedmont. It seemed like you made great strides last year. Tell us what's the expectation for this year?
Well, I think the expectations have been the same. Last year, going into the season, there was just a lot of positivity, even though our record may have not shown it the previous year. We did finish the season on a pretty good note, and we dealt with a ton of adversity. And sometimes when you go through a ton of adversity and things that you really can't control, and then you kind of get it together throughout the season and finish strong, that gives you a lot of momentum going into the next season. So, I think we felt like I felt like the first year we had a good team. Just the way things unfolded, we had a really tough schedule to begin with, and then we had a lot of things happen that we couldn't control. So last year, I think staying healthy and just the positive momentum we built the year before. But our expectations haven't changed from the first year till now, and coming into the season, obviously we want to try to make a run in November. That's what we're here for. And first you got to get in the playoffs, obviously, and we hope we can do that. And just build off of last year. We are breaking in a lot of new starters. We're losing lost 12 good seniors that played a lot of football for us. So we're going to be a team of primarily sophomores and juniors. We have 7 seniors on this team, so a lot of young kids will be playing. But the good thing is they got some experience last year. But our expectations are to try to win a region championship if we can. Make it through the season, hopefully relatively healthy, and then make a run in November in the playoffs.
Question over here, Coach. This is for Raleigh and Brady. What does Coach Miller bring to you guys as you've spent some time with him over the last couple of years, you've developed? What does he mean to you? What does his leadership role mean to you? And is there any funny story you might want to share with us that he's had in practice or in the locker room that you might be willing to share? But tell us a little bit about what he means to you, Brandon.
What Coach Miller means to me, that he's an excellent coach. I mean, he shows us good leadership skills and shows us how to handle adversity.
Yeah, what Brandon said, he's a really good coach. He gives us motivation each and every day, and he knows how to win, and he motivates us every single day.
And was there anything might be funny about something happened during? Yeah, you're smart. If you can't think of nothing, that's smart. Does he open up to y'all and laugh a little bit during?
Yes, he does.
Because I know he can be a serious guy.
I'm not that serious.
Just on the outside, Coach.
Right here on the front, over the years, we've seen a lot of athletes from Piedmont be multi-sport athletes. And Riley, I've seen you play different sports as well. I'll ask both of you, what's your favorite sport?
Well, mine's obviously is football. I mean, I do wrestling. I started wrestling this year, and now I'm playing baseball for about 3 years. So football has always just been the number one for me because I continue to grow and get better every day.
I'll definitely say football. I played ever since I was little, and I think it's the best sport because it teaches you things in life you can use in life. So I definitely say football.
Are you a proponent of playing different sports? Do you think that helps you in football by being a multi-sport athlete?
I think so. I mean, basketball, I play basketball, and I think it's helped me in football as well.
Jonathan, of course, Raleigh came back from a pretty serious injury to have a great year last year, and I'm sure everybody's expecting more of the same out of him. Can you talk about his development and especially what any differences you see in him pre-injury versus now?
I think the biggest difference for him is his body. The rehab part of the ACL is a strenuous process. It's a long process, but I think the thing that has helped him the most is he took that process very seriously, and his body, not only his legs but his upper body, and he put on some good weight. But I just think he used that time very, very wisely to work on his body. And as a result, he came back stronger, faster, quicker. He's made one of any kid I've ever coached that's had a devastating injury. It's not, career threatening or anything like that. But, a serious injury like that, he's made one of the best recoveries of anybody I've ever had with that type of situation. So the credit goes to him, and I think it helped. I guess it was a blessing in disguise. It wasn't good for us 2 years ago, but a blessing in disguise that it gave him time to work on his body.
Question in the back.
Jonathan, you mentioned what all you lost last year. Just talk about some of the names, that you're expecting some big things from this year other than these two guys up here.
Defensively, I'll start there first. We returned our 2 inside linebackers, Bentley Chandler and Chase Kirkpatrick, who had very, very good seasons for us a year ago. They started as sophomores. They'll be juniors this year, obviously, so looking for big things out of those 2 guys. Ben Dempsey's our lone senior in the secondary. He got a lot of experience, started every game for us at safety last year, so he'll be our leader in the secondary. Up front, we're going to rely on a lot of guys. We'll rotate on the defensive line. Malachi Camp Dangers is a senior for us up front that we will rely on heavily. Offensively, I think we need, our 3 returning O-linemen. Braylon is going to be our center, Kane Stanford at left tackle, and Deuce Taylor at right guard. We're going to need those 3 guys to step up and continue to improve. Kane will be a junior, Braylon will be a junior, and Deuce will be a sophomore. Deuce started for us last year as a freshman. So those 3 guys to continue to grow and improve, I think will be big for us. And then, skill-wise, really, I feel pretty good about our wide receiver spot. I feel pretty good about our running back situation. Obviously, Cole Austin will be our new quarterback, sophomore. Feel good about that. So, I think, some of the guys at receiver need to step up. Taylon Swain and Mason Morrow, to name a couple. I think, take a little bit of pressure off Raleigh, and they're capable. So, really like where we're at with the skill position, on offense.
Right up front here, Coach.
Yeah, this is for Raleigh. It seems like there's a different kind of confidence in you when you first touch the football. It's almost like you've got a move or two in your head before the ball even hits your hands. Where does that confidence come from?
I just think my teammates give me the confidence. It's easy to do, what I do when I have my teammates behind my back, and they do a good job, a really great job. So I just think it's easy for me to do what I do with my teammates behind me.
One in the back.
Raleigh, just to touch off of Jim's question there, getting adjusted to a new quarterback this year in Cole Austin. I mean, just talk about the connection that you have with Cole Austin this year.
Cole, he's going to be a really good player, and I think a lot of people sleep on him. He can throw it really good, and I think what a lot of people don't know is he can run the ball. So I think it'll help a lot of us skill players out, that he can run the ball, and he's very fast, and he can throw the ball really good. So, I think he's going to be a really good player and someone that we rely on heavily.
I got a question for the players right here on the front. Who's the strongest between you two? Bench press, squat.
I think I'll give it to him since he's the O-line.
I don't know. Like Coach said, your rehab, you put on some muscle and pretty strong athlete yourself. But what would you say, Raleigh, is Braylon's greatest attribute as a teammate?
I think what Coach Miller said, he's one of the guys that just makes somebody smile. And before the games, he does a lot of dancing to get us hyped up. So, I think he's just the type of guy to just lift everybody up. And, as soon as you walk in the room, he's smiling and it makes everybody feel good. So, Braylon's a really good person. He's good at football, but I think the most important thing about him is the kind of person he is.
Braylon, well, how would you wrap up Raleigh in 1 or 2 words? When you think Raleigh Pinto, what comes to mind?
A leader. Raleigh is self-led by himself, and he always wants us to continue to push and keep pushing at all times. Give us 100%. We give him 100%. He'll give us 100%, and that's why I have to say that Raleigh's a leader.
I think we understand, Coach, why you brought these 2 young men today. But to stay on time, if you will, give us your closing thoughts, if you will, Coach.
Well, I think obviously it's go time. Summer feels like every year it gets shorter and shorter for whatever reason, but we're excited. We've had a good start this week. We've had our 4th practice this morning, so and maybe our best one. So we're excited about the season. We jump in the fire with Cherokee County week 0. That'll be a battle, 2 really good teams, and then we'll go through region play. In a 9-team region with a lot of good football teams, and a region that was crazy last year with all the everybody beating everybody and the tiebreaker situation and things like that, and went it down to week 10 to see who's going to be in the playoffs. So expect a lot of competitive games, a lot of tough games, and for us it starts week 0. So we're excited, and I like where our team is headed, and we just got to continue to work and have that mindset of just trying to be the best we can be every day and improve just a little bit, and we'll get to where we need to go.
Piedmont Bulldogs, everybody. Thank you guys for being here.